Hi. All right, so this is my attempt to try and do a reading in under 15 minutes. So I need to practice on making them shorter. I take too long, I guess. Only getting like a max of 3 of these. We're going to get a tarot, Isis Oracle, and maybe a yes or no's. We have a blue fairy, who's actually purple. Companions, and the chakra fairy. Bottom of the deck, too many dragons. Wow. That could be referring to that companion. So somebody has too many cooks in the kitchen, and your chakras would like you to do something about that. Your favorite color may be blue. You might have blue eyes. We're just gonna, whoa, that's too many. But we have a King of Wands, so you may be a King of Wands. There's an Emperor. Page of Swords and Nine of Swords. Wowee. So, whoever this is for is probably a King of Wands. You got this Page of Swords, who's somebody who feels like they're spying for your dad and or your boss. So there's somebody in your life who you feel is spying on you for your dad or your boss. Maybe your dad is your boss. And they're putting you in this Nine of Swords. So you feel like somebody's out here like stabbing you in the back. At bottom of the deck is the King of Swords. Wow. So, but we did see too many dragons in this companion. So you got somebody in your life who's like making you feel really out of balance. I'm going to give you an Isis Oracle. Those are something else. Yep, this wanted to come out, so it still wanted to come out for you. So this says, and it says, past life, present power. As the soul grows in service to the great feminine, in her intention that all beings be healed and free, it gathers internal resources to assist on the path. These resources include powers and gifts from other lifetimes, and you are currently integrating past life abilities. Be open to what is taking place as your soul awakens ancient powers and abilities in you. This almost feels like a continuation of that Divine Masculine reading I just did. If you resonate with Divine Masculine energy, you may want to go watch that. And so now this one is talking about the knot of Isis. And it says part of your spiritual destiny involves a special relationship with the goddess. This means that not only do you have the important spiritual task of helping her thrive in this world, but you are afforded her power, protection, and abundance too. You are now deepening your connection to the goddess. So, I'm going to take one more. And you have the Pillar of Light. And it says, the pillar of light burning bright, earth star below, soul star above. Burn away all that is not light. Transform all into unconditional love. Star of Isis, descend your blessing and peace without end. Grace me now with peace and protection, completely embraced by divine perfection. I don't know why, but I feel like I should give you a shapeshifter. Says, mermaid in a koi pond. Rediscover your individuality and become the dragon. Become the dragon, fam. Number 41, you may be born in April. But 41 is actually a 5. So you also may be born in May. I also like that 41, so we start with 4. We're going to add one more and be a 5. 4, 5. Sounds like divine timing. Wow. Maybe it is connected to that divine masculine reading I was doing. You guys, if you have divine timing in your life, the best thing you can do is just surrender and allow it to happen. You have an imaginary friend. Maybe it's somebody who's not imaginary, but in your mind you imagine times with them. So maybe there's something going on with somebody that's close to you, and like maybe you're having imaginary arguments with them in your mind. You're already having arguments with them in your mind when you're not even with them and they're not even saying anything. You also have Elizabeth in the line. Usually when this card comes out, that means it's time to be a great leader. But this card was talking about supporting a goddess, right? So maybe there's a feminine energy in your life that you feel like you're called to support her because she's destined to lead. And so maybe maybe you're meant to support this feminine energy, and instead of doing that, you're having imaginary conversations with her in your mind. So you should be careful with that, okay? Because the conversations and interactions you have with them in your mind or in your dreams, these are not actual interactions. This person is not actually saying or doing any of that. That's you being hung up with this person. It may be these other people in your life who are planting these seeds and telling you, oh, they're doing this. This is what this means. And it's like, you know what? Stop tell everybody to tell you how to think, dude. Listen to your intuition. Your intuition is going to tell you. But if you believe that you're supposed to help her and you don't, you know what? You're not going to have any peace, because deep down, your soul has a contract with this person, and you're going to know that you're meant to help them, and by not doing it is going to cause like a war within yourself. And here's the serpentine path to power. Yeah. So like what is happening with this person is also causing you to have a spiritual awakening or a transformation. Bottom of the deck is you can achieve great things. Yeah. So like what's happening in your life right now, you're going through something, and you're meant to help this person. You're meant to help this person, but these other people in your life, it's just too much. It's just too much. There's too much going on. You're getting too much outside input and not listening to your own intuition enough, and that's why you're feeling unbalanced. You know, you need to listen. Your intuition is there to guide you. Listen to it. You need to be able to trust yourself. Why are you listening to everybody else? Everybody else doesn't know how you feel. They don't know what's best for you. They're just going to tell you what they would like if it was for themselves. But they're not you. They're not the ones who have to walk around with your wounds and feel bad if something don't work out. So that's all I have for you. I'm going to pull a yes or no, because I feel like I should. Holy Spirit, like, if they're asking for themselves, if they should or not, should they? Oh, let's ask, should they stop listening to these other people giving them information? Should they stop listening to these other parties, these other companions? Should they stop listening to these people? Yep, you'll change your mind. Oh, here we go. Says reword your question. I feel like if you don't support this person and give in to these insecurities, you're going to change your mind later and you'll regret it. So like rewording your question, that means that the things you're asking right now are not the right questions that you should actually be asking. You're fixated on the wrong things because you already know the answer. That's what I said. You don't need to ask everybody else. You already know. Have a great evening. Hope you enjoyed this read. If you like a personal read and or assistance, you can join my Discord, and you can also find links in my About Me. Thank you.